Hey guys, hey guys. Woo, 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 woo. It's been a while. It's been a while. Welcome to the Just Tai Now show. Combine your mind with your heart. I like saying that. Connect those two circles and let whatever come out just come on out with whatever metaphor is placed right there. Hopefully, y'all having a wonderful morning, evening, night, midnight special, whatever time is coming at y'all. Take part in this energy, enjoy this atmosphere. Now we can start a little Thai conversation. I know I've been gone for a while. I've been taking care of family, making sure everything's all right. So I'm in this random location right now, just getting in a quick Thai stream, a quick Thai stream. Just make sure that we all still in the update. Shouts to True Life Stories. I've been missing all the beautiful conversations, but I'm there in what they say in the atmosphere. I am definitely there. But yes, guys, it's been awesome having the family over, because y'all know I've been over here all by myself, like basically with my spouse and my daughter. So we've been living on our own terms for a long time, and it's wild because you don't really see how much of your own terms you live in until somebody else come along that used to be around you all the time. Oh, I just gotta cut it. That used to be around you all the time. So when they come back around in this setting, in this form and setting, like that's why I titled this "What Are We After Psychedelics?" What are we? And sorry I can't put in the Discord right now. And this not even my computer. Like my computer broke the first day she got here. Like it just stays on the loading up screen. But that's how they're there because everything is still all good. Everything's still good. I was able to borrow a computer and get out a tie stream real fast. But yeah, I was tight on this. What are we after psychedelics? Because just to throw the conversation out there, because things start do wrapping up and changing and things, like because having family come over after being so alone with not just my family out in the mountains, but alone in the mountains with the mushrooms and the acid and things like that, and having my thoughts transformed on my own terms and not having um past outside voices that I was trying to get past, like keep me steady thin. It has me really think of some Truman type stuff, Truman Show type stuff, where it's like, oh, don't you remember that? Like this is what you like, this is how you was, and this and this. And I'm glad though, so a cool, relaxed atmosphere, so that we could still, so that she could still kind of see how I exhibit myself. But still, it's like at the psychedelics, you really feel as though put on your so-called human skin for certain scenarios. And when I feel myself like breaking out of that human skin, like talk about my deep emotion or something like that, or about something in the atmosphere that's not really going on, seems as though I'm disrupting the picture, or I'll make somebody like upset or rub somebody the wrong way. So it's like it's just a bunch of yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, uh-huh. Like for example, like if like mentioning, like I see how much I'm talk about energy, past lives, um just mind manifestation, just all this spiritual mumbo jumbo that we just label ta stuff. I see how I'm really in, or how people say you with the woo, you fully in the woo. Hey, what's going on, Justin? What's going on? I'm just talking about life at the psychedelics, because I got family here, and I really can see the difference. I really can see the difference in like how, and especially when it comes to grandmothers. That's what I was thinking about. Like just the archetype of the grandmother on Earth. Like they just, just how I've been looking at things. Like everybody is a player in this game. And like if you really never disconnected from this game, then you've been playing this game for a long time, figuring out some of the so-called rules, and and survive until you like 60, 70 years old. I'm thinking about grandparents then. Oh, I'm good, man. Not doing 8 grands, not hospitalized. I'm great. Oh, my dog chasing the squirrel. Oh, yeah. Shouts to Black Wolf, man. She did the 8 grams around his mother and dad, and they found them in the room with his eyes rolled back. So supposedly how they put it, and he was gone. So they called the ambulance and they got him on They got him a big old hospital bill. That's what they did. They could have probably talked it out or something. But that's what I mean. That's thank you, Justin. You repping the conversation together. The just being around family and these experiences really is out there. Like setting is important when you going into the experiences. That's why I'm like, I've been out here in the mountains going back into these experiences, and now I'm back around family that like has so much traits and thoughts that I recognize because I'm like, yo, I remember when I was still thinking like this. And it's wild because like, what you mean you remember when you was thinking like this? I'm only 27. And like psychedelics is like, I've been messing with deja vu a lot. I've been saying to myself, if during experiences, I keep having these deja vu, like, oh, I did this before. Then every single moment where I'm not even fully realizing it, I'm like taking on the action that blacked out Wolf. Wolf did black out. I gotta hit him up. I gotta hit him up. I've been missing the chat, so I gotta know what really, well, not really happened. What happened afterwards? The aftermath. The aftermath. But no, it's been. Come here, Rudy. Going back and getting like going back. Oh, that's what I was on before about the grandmom archetype and them like growing up in this world for a long time. So it's like they have these survival techniques about them that's passed through their family, and they like, yo, this is what I got to pass it down to my child, got to pass it to my grandchild, cause this is how I did it, and this and that and the third. And I was saying like with deja vu and stuff, it's like we did it before. So now like when I in every moment I say, yo, I did this before. So if I don't know, it makes me a lot calmer. It makes it like I'm getting the best out of the situation when I've noticed that I did it before. Something I don't know what I'm trying to say. One thing I noticed in my life is that my options have switched so often and so extremely that I don't really hold to any opinion anymore. Yeah, bro, that's what I was on because I'm on the same page with that, bro. I don't even know how many days it was, but I was saying people have such strong opinions, especially like people that been playing this game for a long time on Earth and never disconnected or was able to hit the reset button. I noticed how many times, just like Justin, you saying, I noticed so much that I don't even let alone trust somebody else's thoughts. I don't even trust my thoughts. Or I trust them, but I don't hold on to them. I really don't hold on to them. One day my favorite color is blue, the next day is shiny black. I got that from my daughter. She was saying, yeah, my favorite color is shiny black. But yo, yeah, I don't even trust myself, or I don't even go with my own thoughts, let alone somebody else's thoughts. So people like, so somebody telling me like you need to do this or you had to shape up and go like that is wild because I'm like, what are you talking about? I know it fits this one scenario, but what about tomorrow? Or what about these other feelings that's involved? Like, I don't know, when people really make a decision and stick firm, it's like you do get grouchy when you stick firm to an opinion because like you pushing away some other pieces of yourself. Like I'm a bunch of opinions, bunch of options. One day you straight, next day you straight. Or a little curvy. In all fields, like I let my mind go. I let my mind go. Probably have to let my body go. In that respect. But my mind, I let my mind wander where it wants to. Because I think about that a lot. Like if I have a thought, I'm like, no, no, not me, not me, or oh, I would never do that, or man, I can't let my mind go down that road because then I don't know, like I see how much blockages. That's what I could say too. And coming back in contact with my family, that's how much blockages people have up, but it's just normal pathways. It's like the way their brain is formed, so that They literally don't think certain things, or when a thought pop up, it's another counteractive thought to get that out of there. And most of the time that counteractive thought comes from a religion, or a family situation. Like some families are real so-called sophisticated, like we are real highbrow, and we drink with our pinkies sticking out and stuff like that. And other people, families, they all just smoke and drink together. It's different kinds of families out here. And it's cool because my girl family, her family, like, they'll drink and smoke together. At my family, none of that will even fly. Like, oh, you smoke, go down the street, make sure you get all the smell off of you and all of that before you come back into the circle. And don't talk about your smoking either, because we're just gonna look at you like, what are you doing? But the one thing I love though is that the love is still there. The love when it comes to older people, they still kind of find that love in all things. No matter how grouchiness they appear, they still have like not all of them, but I'm talking about my family. They still have a heart for the world and a heart for the people. But it's wild because in a way where it can't be fully displayed, because you gotta let Jesus do that. You can't do all of that. Like that's Jesus' job. So I see it just out in the world. I've been see this, but it's just in my face how quickly we can forget who we are and create imagination and create things in order to save us. Like create saviors for ourselves because we like, man, we can't do this ourselves. We're just little old humans. And we gotta worship God and do this and that. She's in there right now reading the Bible and saying the praise songs and things like that. And the other thing I got to see, she still goes to the church that I grew up in. So so now they got the live stream hooked up on Facebook, so you could see the whole service. So I was able to see the whole service of like not whole. So I just kept peeking in because she said, "Oh, you want to come watch this with me?" And I just was like, yeah, I didn't want nobody to feel bad, and I didn't want me to feel bad, thinking that I'd like pushed her away. So I was like, all right, let me go check it out and things like that. And my honest opinion that it was just like a concert. It was just like a concert. You had the singing, and then you had the worship going on, like the praise dancing and stuff, and had the people coming on right before the preacher got on and said what he had to say. Wave to the camera. Before the preacher got on, and then he was saying what he had to say, and just the vocal inflections, like the hallelujah, hallelujah, we going right to the top, hallelujah. Like when I grew up, I used to think that comedians was mocking them just to like say, man, da, 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 like, but that it really is a flow that they just go into because they've been doing this for so long, and this what they've been passed down from their past elder pastors. Like I know all about that because I know about his elder pastor, the preacher I was looking at, and he still is an awesome guy in my respect. But just everybody going towards somebody for information is wild. What you say, Justin? Yeah, it's funny how we limit ourselves, how people believe they are a certain way and think they only have the option that fit their belief, while some other dude is doing what they think is doing what they thinks they can. Yeah, man. It's like if it don't fit in the belief is all coming down from sitting in a church and stuff like, or from sitting down around anything can really be church. Church is just something where you taking in way more than what you bringing out. And that atmosphere, whatever the atmosphere you in is what you taking in. So me being able to see where I came from with the church, I was like, wow, I was able to see the little kids going up and practicing in the choir and singing the church songs, and how people was hyped that their daughter was singing a song about the Lord and things. And I'm like, that's cool. That is very cool. But it's so much more. And now I'm like, I just be going where I'm like, wow, now that child got that rhythm in their head. Like not just the thought, but now they got that song, that rhythm going through their head that's going to travel with them all their life. And then when they start growing up, they're going to have all of these other things come at them and they going to try to shape the whole world through this song that they've been singing since they was a kid. Like that's just one song. And even just one song, that's just one genre of song. Like when you talk about gospel music, that's just one genre. That's just one opinion. And just looking at a lot of people that I know that's like me, Justin, you probably like this too. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to music from the Netherlands. Shout outs to Bjork. I listen to music from the UK. Shout outs to the Sex Pistols, like punk music. I grew up on punk music, grew up on metal, rap because of my mom and family. I grew up on gospel. I'm all over the place. I'm all over, even experimental, even experimental. Because going into these trips, I didn't hear church bells and what's that song? Oh, when the saints go marching in. I didn't hear that when I was in hyperspace. I heard glitches and repeating patterns like boom boom boom. That's what I heard in my mind. So if that's what's going on in my mind, that's just another thought that I gotta not get lost in. Like any thought, any opinion, anything, I think is like is a whole reality, and I ain't getting trapped in no reality. Like even my own reality. That's how we were starting off with Justin. Like even my own thoughts and opinions is just as much trash as anybody else's opinions. It's all just opinions. It's just me trying to talk because I'm here on Earth and I don't want to talk about anything else unless somebody else bring it up though. This is what I talk about. Just to actually, I stopped listening too much. But before, yes, I tried everything. Nowadays, I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about your nonsense. That's how I am. But I didn't want to have to say shut the fuck up all the time. So I just moved to the mountains where I don't have to just be around so many people in the first place. But I'm glad the mushrooms and stuff allowed me to be at a calm place when I'm encountering back these old instances because I see where my mind was shaping itself off of these opinions. And I see exactly why I was angry, exactly why I was depressed, and exactly why I was living in a false sense of happiness all at the same time. Because if I was happy, I would have realized my sadness and I would have been okay with it instead of saying, "Oh man, this is y'all people don't understand me. I'm here by myself. I might as well kill myself." Oh, just said I don't like it changes my moods and stuff anymore, especially rap nowadays. I'm like, oh, okay, you're rich and have a nice car. Woo woo. Yeah, I don't listen. I can't listen to. I don't listen to Migos or Drake or any of them. I do find myself sometimes listening to like Adrian Peck. I don't know. He is I was on like two songs because I can't even say I really listened to him, but he had the song with Flying Lotus and he was rapping about destroying the ego or something like that. Or like he was talking about the ego and then in the end he was like talking about how none of that matters. Yeah, Meek Mill from Philly. Yo, how you know about Meek Mill? Meek Mill from my neighborhood, from my hood in North Philly. The beats is always nice. The beats is always nice. That's how they get you. It's like but no, I've been around Meek Mill since he was saying all that line just went through my head. I've been sitting on that corner like every day and night ever since that fucking Reaper came and take a man's life. I don't even know what that mixtape was called. They when they was just selling it on the streets and on Dat Piff. That's why he was just on datpiff.com. Dirtproof.com. You had to go there to download the mixtape. But no, I wanted to be a rapper. So I know exactly the feeling that I'm like not tired of, but it's like I don't really want to go into that realm because it just makes me feel like I'm playing this game a little too much, which is still cool that I know I'm able to do and like get into, and I'm glad that it's in the repertoire. But it's like rapping, you just in this, like when you rap, you live in this game. Like it's literally songs about experiencing this simulation, this realm. Right in the wall, Gucci was nice. Was Diff White Boy Wasted? Yeah, I remember all of that stuff. But all this music fucks with your vibes. Yeah. And none of that makes sense when people say music fucks with your vibes until you went on a real trip. Went on a real trip I remember Terrence mentioning how back in the day saying don't have music during when you first start tripping because then you're gonna always feel as though you're gonna need it when you go into these trips. And he was saying go into it just with your own thoughts. And I've done it with music and without music. And I see how the music grounds you, so called. Like it grounds you to familiar something that you're familiar with, so you don't go as far as you possibly can. It's like, oh yeah, this familiar. I'm going to exist here. I'm comfortable in these beats, or in this lyric, in this poem or something like that. Um, if you rap stupidly, you get shot like Tupac and Biggie singing themselves to that. Wait. If you rap stupidly, you get shot like Tupac and Biggie singing themselves to that dead. I don't know what you mean, but I think you mean I'm just thinking about how they was rapping about themselves dying and stuff all the time. And then they wound up getting shot and died. They said shy trance, but I realized it was the reason why those trips went evil. Oh, I typed in psytrance sometimes on YouTube. But no, when I'm go really into trips, I don't really listen to anything. Probably during the come down, probably, but I just go off. I just go off. Cause then cause I noticed in even low doses how if I start listening to a song, it brings me only back to memories of this version of me life on earth. And it's like, man, I want to get past that. So rather it's label evil. I don't label evil or good or anything, but it does hold back. It does hold back. And you know how we label things on earth. Anything that holds us back is evil. There was a Dutch dude that had his first song that became big. It went like I feel like dying, I feel like dying. Guess what? A week later or so, he got shot. He was playing around with them vibes. I was just thinking of that Little Wayne song when he called it was called I Feel Like Dying. Yeah, all of these vibes is real. All these, I found myself trying to get back into like into the new artists and things like Trippy Red and just any new artist. But I find like I was like, dang, I'm not old and I still understand everything going on. I still feel the vibes if it's on and stuff, but it's like it's only talking about like relationship issues, or I don't know, it's just a rebellious. It's just having a rebellion because you put down, which is needed in the fullness of the world. Because if we didn't have these rebellious characters, then I think myself would still be on the low brow because I would have never like been pushing my thoughts to get past. I would have never had all these like have punk songs or rock songs or something like they push you, they show you all these ideals and all the evilness that's in the world and put a sympathy to it. But you in that hell during that heavy metal song, like I think that's like a cool thing that it can be used to get you to a certain point. But then you gotta like get beyond that, or not. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. But I don't know. For me, it just brings me back into like things that I was already past. The key to Birdman's success, he knows the machination. He only singing about him being rich as fuck. A lot of rappers know this and use it. Yeah, that's what I thought I was doing. And that's that you just gotta keep rapping about. I remember listening to a lot of people saying, "Yeah, this first song I was rapping about this car, I ain't really have it, but then a year later, I was able to afford it." But I just started wising up to a lot of things, just like Birdman. Just like Birdman, I started seeing how writing, because I would get synchronicities when I would write poems and stuff. And I was like, man, but I was writing about sad stuff or writing about the hood. And then look where I was at. I was still in the hood and things like that. And I was too much overthinking things to think, I don't know. Because I did get to write myself past a lot of lower feelings and get past a lot. But using it in the form of rap, it was like used through a lot of anger. That's what I could say. Used through a lot of anger with any of these forms. And I said was going into scripts and why the Egyptians wrote scripts, like the script writers, like the people that wrote the characters in the walls, they were highly respected, like amongst the civilization, because they knew how to write, and they knew that those words and the when they put it on there, that was magic, and that was going to like change things, like really change things. So they was respected up there with the high priest and things like that. So when I started getting into that, I said, oh wow, well, I want to write some other things. Or I actually stopped rapping. I just had this in a couple of live streams. I stopped rapping because when I would freestyle or write things, I didn't like the things that was coming out of my mouth. Like in terms of it seeming like just a catchphrase. I was like, oh, this is just a catchphrase, or a term or something to fit a certain puzzle when I'm gonna make my own puzzles. So I was like, oh wow, I see where my mind is. So now I'm dealing with psychedelics and talking to y'all and stuff. I got it farther out. So now if I do write, it's like it's different. It's just different. Yeah, you don't need to rap. It's just the imagination at work. You can write, you can think, etc. As soon as you believe, shit will happen. Yep, yep. Without having to waste time, and that's what was the good thing about it. I was like, man, I don't gotta waste time trying to find beats or work with other people and get a record deal or make myself known. That was the big thing. I'm trying to get myself known, and then working with psychedelics, it was like counteracting me trying to make myself known, because like, man, I don't want to really be known. I want to be known for just being, if anything. If I'm like talking like for words and stuff, like, oh, I scripted this together perfectly. Fuck a script, man. I don't got no script. I just go off the hip. And and if I need something, I just write in my own personal time. No need to gloat about it. No need to gloat about it. And I see like you could get trapped up in saying, well, I ain't gloating about it. Well, saying, well, I'm just doing this so that people know what's possible and things like that. Like I'm thinking of even Nas. Like Nas woke a lot of people up. Nas woke a lot of people up. But still, look where he doing. He not even talking about psychedelics. He's not talking about any of that. He's still just talking about the streets and the hood and stuff like that. Like we get it. We get it already. Then you can dance like a puppet for everybody. You can dance like a puppet for everybody. And you start being able to dance, like when I start writing my own scripts and things like that, I'm able to dance in my own rhythms and switch up and do things that I've never even seen before. And then when I look out back in the world, it's like now I start seeing that played out. I don't know. I was just thinking about interpretive dance, like I don't know. And then I go out and I see people really get into that. Just time. But yeah, imagination is powerful. I just went back to that Birdman thing you wrote. Like he knew Lil Wayne at that young age had a huge imagination on him, and he used him up. He even sued him. I mean, he even took his money in the end, and Wayne still had to sue him to get his money. Yeah, it's all an image. It's all image. But I used to think that I messed up when I first started doing psychedelics. Cause I was like, man, I used to really think, I said, man, I messed up because I didn't go through my so-called ego stage in order to build up something for myself. So then when I go into the ego dissolution stages, I still have a grounding to stand on, like a grounding in this world. So I'm not like, oh man, I need money, or oh man, I still want to formulate this kind of business for myself or do this or that. I thought I like missed the mark in the beginning stages. In the beginning stages, I was like, man, what I'm going to do now? Like, what I'm going to do? But now that I keep working with myself, I see that it was just more thoughts I had to clear out. Cause you start still thinking, man, though, this world ain't nothing. I don't have to do nothing for myself. I can just sit here and just watch the world melt away or something like that. But it's still a lot of sparks and things that I love that still come up. It's like doing the show and talking. Or I have some art pieces or doing skits and movies. Like that's all coming out, and writing books is what I've been doing. Or just participating with family, having fun with my daughter or anything. It's still something that I can build up on. Still, that's why think art. Art is so important because it comes from somewhere else. It comes from somewhere else, and you still got to build up a skill. But it's like you building up. It's like a happy skill you building up, not a forceful skill like in school where they prepping you to work in a warehouse or work where you got to listen to bells and schedules and things like that. It's like you listening to your own bells, your own schedules, and in your own imagination, and just writing it out or drawing it out or painting it out or I'm getting to digital media and using the pen and stuff. I'm gonna get a pen and get back in digital media a lot. I know Justin, you do that. You're into the multimedia, digital art and things like that. Hey Rudy, where you come from? Come here. You gotta say hi. Say hey, Rudy. Hey, I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. You're not gonna let me open your mouth? Life is art, man. Life is art, man. All we do is create. Yeah, and that's where that saying comes from. Life imitates art. I used to just like how it sounded. I was like, oh, I'm thinking of that Lana Del Rey song. Say, life imitates art. But I used to just like all those sayings. But I never got it until dealing with it and knowing that that's all I wanted to be was art. Like even down to my hair, like letting it grow out the way that it wants to grow out. Still add my little maintenance and stuff to it, but just dressing different, thinking different, and not even thinking that you want to dress different or thinking that you want to dress different. But like when I really get now, I'm like really in the woo, so to speak. It just comes off as naturally. Like it's just my first thought. It's not like, oh man, I don't want to be like this, so I got to put black eyeliner around my eye. Look, Rudy got black eyeliner though. Like I got to do this, but it's just, hey, it's just what pops out. It's just like a VR game. We just do what the WTF what we want, but then we fucked it up with rules and customs and ish. Yeah, it is. Like imagine that's why I think those GTA videos that get a lot of views when they say, we tried to get these kids or whatever they put to play GTA and pay attention to all the red lights, like stop at all the red lights in GTA 5, or try your best not to commit a crime and see how long that lasts in the game. Creating rules that wasn't even part of the system. Like you could just blow through the red lights in GTA, or you really can sit there and they have it all set out so you can obey your own traffic laws that you made up. But think about it: if you get a massive player GTA experience going on, and it's like 100,000 people in there in one room, not like broken up into many rooms, but in one room, start coming up with another system. Start coming up with these rules or something. Rather you think is making it more fun, or I don't know. Like, yeah, we done this so many times. Now you got to do this without running any red lights, or do this and not get any stars. And if you get a star, we're all going to wag our finger at you and lock you up, or wag our finger at you because you already can get a star and get locked up anyway. And the game just resets. You just get out or anything. But with all the emotional impact, is like, oh man, this is real. I can't mess up now. Got to do this just perfect. There's no restarts. Wouldn't it be funny if you create this game, then people start working at Walmart to pay the bills? I was just at Walmart yesterday, and that's why I appreciate that my grandmom's mind is still out there and still cool. Cause she said I ain't working at. She want to work, and like she said she want to get back in the working position and things like that. But she said I'm not going to no department store. I'm not going to no Walmart or anything like that. Cause you think it's an easy job at first. That's how they get you. Like, yeah, I just gotta greet people at the door. I'm a door greeter, and I'll get money, or I just got to stack these boxes. It was somebody I was listening to, an employee at Walmart, and they was gossiping about another employee that had to work the overnight shift, and he had to stack the boxes or something. But they got him on camera, and he didn't do nothing all night but just wander around the store. I was like, that's my guy. But all he did was just wander around the whole store, and there go these other two employee gossiping, like, "Oh yeah, did you hear? Like that pallet was still there from the nighttime to the morning time. The guy didn't do anything. Like, why do y'all care? Why are y'all gossiping about it? It don't change y'all paycheck. It don't change nothing. They wasn't even managers. They was on the same level as he was. Like all them thoughts, man, is just wishy washy game things." It's just so deep when we don't have the right tools to work with creating our own reality. So when we hear people saying create your own job, do your own thing, we brush it off as like, no, you still got to put in time until you get to that point. You still got to work for the master a little bit before you can gather enough crumbs to make your own cake or make just a piece of cake. Like forget all of that. Like is all of this is an illusion. It's all illusion. Is we all rich. We all got everything that we all ever need. Like even now, even if you feel as though you don't have no money or feel as though you got all the money or anything, you already got everything you literally need already. Why do I think that? Because during psychedelic experiences, when I look around, like I would think I would have this plan in my head. I'm like, man, I gotta wait until I get this amount of money so that I can be able to do this creative project or do this. I gotta wait until this go like this. And then after a trip, I come down and I just start looking around and the pieces just start setting itself up for me. Like things start being available for me that was just sitting in my closet. And I was like, oh, this what I can use this for. I can connect this piece to that. And now I got this. Like my inventor brain be going on. My inventor brain. I was thinking I was watching Rugrats yesterday, the first one, and I was laughing at how Tommy was the leader, like Tommy Pickles was the leader of the gang and stuff like that. He had all these ideas and things going on, but more so his dad. His dad was an inventor, and his brother was the person that went out to work all the time. And you see his wife was career orientated too, and their daughter turned out to be Angelica. Turned out to like be this person that was always picking on the other babies and causing trouble for them. But I was thinking about Stu, like he was an inventor. He always had all these thoughts going on. And I was thinking of Drew in the movie was like, you need a real job and you can't keep doing this and that and things. But he invented all these cool things. He invented the Reptar wagon. And he was able to, since he was in his basement working with all these ideas, like he always was putting random pieces together and saying, oh, look what I invented, honey. But eventually he got to work at Reptar Park in Japan and Rugrats in Paris. That's why he did that. Yeah, he did that Rugrats in Paris. And he got to build a giant Reptar and make a lot of money. But if he wasn't working, doing all these things and creating the Reptar idea out of his own imagination, or sold his idea to Apple, or sold his idea to some other company because he didn't think that he had the right idea to, well, I don't know if he sold it to, no, they just helped it along. I was like, wait, he sold it to the theme park. But no, they were just using his idea. He still owned the rights and stuff. But all in all, I'm just getting into like where the characters I see in movies where they like play this real like they have all these inventions in their head, and the people around them is like, no, we already have a way of doing things. A Bug's Life. I made a video on A Bug's Life. Check it out. Where I was talking about Flint. He had a new invention for them to pick the flowers and to pick the food that they needed. And but other everybody else is like, what are you talking about? We already have a way of doing it, and it's been working all this time. Your ideas are just in the way. They're not even fully worked out. The kinks ain't working out. So when you put yourself on display, things are still blowing up and things like that. And that's like how it is with this show. With this show, I'm just inventing things as they go along. Sometimes a lot of hit and misses. Sometimes it's going right for about a good 30 minutes and then something blow up. I forget what I was talking about for like a good 5 minutes. Or then you keep going on, you start getting more efficient at these things. Like I never thought that I'd be a talker. I grew up not talking. So I guess that's why I'm doing this in this stage of my life, I suppose. I grew up not talking and looking at everybody like they was crazy. Or not even like they was crazy, but I grew up always analyzing people. Always a quiet type. I was always the quiet type. And then when I started rapping, I was like, here goes my voice. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da. And then Psychedelics was like, that's not just my voice, but that is the level of hypeness that I'm glad I know I can have. Yeah. Gotta stay bouncing. Gotta stay bouncy. Gotta stay bouncy. That's why I like that. I like getting as serious as Lex Luthor, but as dumb as Superman. Cause Superman dumb. He don't know nothing technical if you think about it. Tell you, Superman don't know nothing. Hey, True Life. Hey, True Life General. I'm calling you True Life. What's going on, True? I'm just reading it. Bugs Life is the movie. But yo, you gotta think about it. You gotta be the whole movie, the whole script. The whole script. Like Lex Luthor was a genius. Lex Luthor was a genius. But just being a genius in this world, it like does drive you mad because you start looking around at people like they can't handle themselves. They can't think for themselves. So you gotta think for them. And think it's so much for them that you gotta make systems and things in order to control them, to make them think that they're controlling themselves. I think of the government like that too. Like it's so much stuff in place that they think that you're controlling yourself, but really you're under their hypno. I think that's how you say it. You're under their hypnosis. If you're a genius, nobody believes you, make you think you stupid. Yeah, they do. They do. That's what they say, the mad genius like Frankenstein and things like that. Like Frankenstein, the science that brought Frankenstein to life, he was a genius. He brought life back. He brought Frankenstein to life with his technology. And all the townsfolk was freaking out. He probably, if they worked with him, they probably could have did some more experiments and got Frankenstein to have a little more emotion. But his first emotion was just, oh, so he couldn't get past that because people was scared of him. But yeah, with all the geniuses, like they always make the geniuses the villains in Marvel and things like that. But nowadays all the time. Not nowadays all the time. I'm thinking of Teen Titans because Cyborg is real smart. Cyborg and his dad, and they get in there. They get in there making the heroes a lot more smarter nowadays. Like Batman is real smart, but look how dark he still is and how he appears to the world. Like he still appears to the world as a dark figure that you really probably still can't trust. Going to Joker tomorrow. Oh yeah, I gotta see that Joker movie. I gotta see that Joker movie. I'm glad. I'm glad. Hey, yeah, Ty. I was looking at how you was writing. A Joker movie. It's a real sense about him. Cause it's a real hurt about him. And opposed to the hero in the story, in the supposed stories, how they just like they all grew like a hero in the story, something they grew up all having everything that they kind of needed already. I'm thinking, oh, Megamind, the movie Megamind. It's on Netflix too. It's a DreamWorks picture that didn't get as much popular because it came out around the same time as Minions. And you know how popular Minions got. It just took over. But it's somebody that did a whole YouTube video on this already. But Megamind, the villain in that, was real smart. And he wanted to create something, and people was ostracizing them, making them seem, yeah, like how we were just talking about. But the other hero in the story, he grew up having everything he needed and being everything, and everybody looked up to him. But he didn't really want to be a hero. He was like, yo, this was like something that people just always looked at me as a hero. So he turned and he wanted to be a rock star or something like that. So then the villain had to come up at the last minute because it was this other threat coming to them in order to save the day. In order to save the day. Yeah, we all know how that feels, like that you get effed around and want to go all out on this world in revenge mode. Yeah, it is. That's what it is. It is a straight revenge mode. It is straight revenge mode. And I'm thinking of Loki and Thor. Loki and Thor, they was Loki just wanted, well, yeah, it's wild because then when you in the programming, like, you don't have second thoughts. Like, Loki is not thinking like Thor. Thor is not thinking like Loki. That's why I titled this "What Are We at the Psychedelics?" Because it's like, like we oh, what's going on, Yolanda? Hey, Yolanda. And that's why I was tying on, like, what are we at the psychedelics? Because before psychedelics, we grow up idolizing heroes, or we grow up idolizing a villain, and we got all of our reason. Like, man, life chewed me up and spit me out. So I'm with Loki. I'm with the villains on this one. Or, oh man, we just got to look at the brighter side of life. I'm with, and then they be with Superman and things like that. So it's like at the psychedelics, you just get out of all of that. Like, what are we now? Like the editor, the writer, the while still being a participator, something like that, right? That's what I just got because he writes and directs his own movies. And you know how a lot of people don't like his movies because they say they don't make sense. But I was watching Lady in the Water, which was a movie I said didn't make sense when I was younger. But now I saw it from the get-go where they was going at. But he was a co-star in his own movie. So, like, if you tie on that trippiness, it's like he wrote the movie and he starred in it. So he knew what he was going to say. So he, like, knew what he was going to say, but he was still acting it out because he wrote the script for himself. That's wild. I think once we really, I don't know. It's like I don't know what really, but I think that it's a huge sense to me that that's what's going on after psychedelics. Cause in order, like, because when you're just one character, you don't have the other thoughts of the other character. That's what creates the other character. So it's like, was we like this from the start, and then we got out of it, or was we out of it and then we started playing it too much, and then we got out of it again, like as a kid, and then or was we just in this from the start? Or was we just in this from the start? Justin said, I started becoming evil because of Transformers. The Decepticons always had these dope ideas. And then were stopped stupidly by the Autobots. I started rooting for the bad guys. Yeah, what's going on, Leviathan? What's on, Brad? Oh yeah, I went for all of that. That's how I say I became evil. Like the so-called, like, taking that side, like, because I was into Merlin Manson, I was into emo stuff, as well as listening to the thoughts of what was that, Merlin, Dexter. You ever see that show Dexter? He's the serial killer, but he's a police detective as well, but he always had a reason for why that person had to die, because the cops laws or something, they was able to he saw too many people slipping through the cracks and not getting their justice and things, so he always had an excuse to kill them. I was like, oh yeah, he right. Or with Merlin Manson, seeing that everything was filth, and like that line I always say, when the Reflecting God song, where he said, I went to God just to see, and I was looking at me, saw heaven and hell was lies. When I'm God, everyone dies. Like the first part was like, oh yeah, yeah, wow, heaven and hell lies. And but then and it's like what? But then you start going with them like everyone dies, like because I'm upset. Like yeah, everyone got to die now. Everybody's like we just got to start all over. Or Antichrist Superstar, just all that whole realm, that whole realm. I was in it, and I was like, it's keeping me waking, it's keeping me woke more than thinking all of this is real or having all these thoughts and then having these lower level emotions that people say, man, well, you just got to pray on that and it'll brush over. Just leave that up to God. Or you got to pray a little more. Go to Bible study. Probably you got to talk to the pastor about that, or do something over here, or do something like that. So instead of giving that up, I just fully developed that character in myself, and it was playing out in my life too. It was playing out in my life and how I was looking at my mom, how I was looking at my friends and family, and it was causing a lot of chaos, as it should, as it was supposed to, because I was playing that character. So it was causing a lot of like me putting, I used to even put black outline around my eye for a certain period of my life, and like staying in my room a lot. Or even though I wasn't staying in my room, I was a skater. I was a rebellious skater, just having the thoughts of as a kid, as a I don't know, as a teenager, just rebelling against the system, rebelling against parents, and all of that. That's how I gotta get my brother out to California, so he can go through that, but go through that in another way where it's not taking place around people getting shot and disappointments and stuff like that. But have him go through that, because I like that we all go through that. It's like the shadow of the soul, as the New Agers call it. You got to go through the dark shadow of the soul, and then you come out the other side with new revelations on life and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all part of the some cool grand story. I'm seeing where we playing characters and then playing other characters, realizing that we playing a character. But it's cool because while we realize it, it's so cool because I think that while I'm realizing that I'm playing a character, I'm playing a character that's realizing that I'm playing a character. That's why shout outs to Justin and True Life for using that background where they was he the background Justin made where it's the mushrooms and they all talking to each other like, yeah, I saw the jesters and it was crazy. Like we still playing that character. They play a character that's thinking that they seen something from the other side. gotta go. Gotta go please the girlfriend. Have a nice day, you crazy Americans. Hey man, we gonna keep being crazy. That's because we Americans, right? We take it from all of y'all and putting together some random stuff. But yeah, yeah, do what you gotta do. Have fun, have fun, have fun. It's probably like nighttime over there. Oh, weird. It's just the daytime over here now. Whew. Do do do. But yep, yep, yep. Yeah, I'll say other than that, I can't even say everything that I've been doing. If y'all want to know, can hit it up, go in the Discord. It's 1,800 hours. Yeah, I know what that means. I know what that means, Justin, because I was in the military all my life. I used to try to remember what that was, and I don't even keep track of the time period that much. It's like for me, even keeping track of the time seemed like I'm trapping myself in some reality. That's what going my mind is. I'm like, oh man, it's 9:10. I could have still thought it was 8 o'clock, or I could have thought it was 11. Don't make no difference to me. Like I like to stay in my feelings when it comes to a lot of things. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. All right, yeah, I know what six mean. Well, enjoy that. Enjoy your afternoon. Enjoy the afternoon. Afternoon. After the noon. Tie you on right now as I edit. Hmm. I was thinking, oh, that's what I was thinking about Tom and just thinking of anything, getting trapped in anything. Like earlier, my grandma woke up and said, do you watch the news when you wake up? Or you don't watch the news? I was like, nope, I don't watch the news. At most play a song or I try not to do anything really when I first wake up because I don't know. Well, I do know, but it's like I'm playing into my likes. And it's like you say, well, what you don't like anything or you want to dislike everything, but it's like oh, gracias. Where was this at? Oh, that rap game going on. Forgot it in the car. But it's just how I feel in my mind. I feel in my mind when I wake up. Anything that I do is because of what I did yesterday. Like I play games with myself all day. That's because I did yesterday. So I was like even brushing my teeth. But I keep that up though. I keep that up because I want shiny teeth. And that's what I say to myself. I say I'm doing this because I want shiny teeth. But I was like, yo, everything that I'm doing is because it's a habit. It's because of what I like. I don't know. It's because of what this like. What Ty likes. It's because of what Ty likes. What Ty does. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to say. Like right now, I don't even know what to say. Like I'm just seeing myself moving around in the daytime, like saying, "Do I want to turn on the TV? Oh no, I can't turn on YouTube yet. It's too early to turn on YouTube. I gotta make a video. I can't just watch a video as soon as I wake up. Like I go through stuff like that. And then I go through not trying to beat myself up too much either. I go through. I just flow. I just flow. But when I see myself doing the same thing for like 4 or 5 days in a row, I try to catch myself. I try to catch myself, and I love that I'm playing with all of these games because my grandma is in a slim is part of is they don't call it a diet program, a slim program or something like that, and they're trying to get her used to realizing how much she doesn't have to eat, and how much our we eat off of habits. Like it's programming saying, oh, you got to eat 3 meals a day, or you got to eat 4 meals a day sometimes, and make sure you got this amount and this amount and this and this and that and that and that. And they're trying to teach her how to observe her body through skipping breakfast for the next 3 days so that she can see that she's not always hungry in the morning time as much as she probably thinks she is, or probably not hungry at all and probably just want a smoothie or some water or something. But it's like, wow, I've been going through that dealing with psychedelics and just not latching on to, oh, I gotta eat, I gotta do this just naturally, and just playing that thought process in my head. And I'm seeing now people that's developing these programs to help people. Like that's what they're trying. They're coming up with ways to interact with people's programming to switch things up, and instead of like just zipping them up and having them hit the restart button and having them question all reality. It's like the programs that set up on earth have us are created so that you interacting with them. You need this. What's wrong? Uh, so that you interacting with them without totally getting out of bounds, but you still like think you have this sense of control over things. But it's like somebody else guiding you through it. So it is like if people aren't since people aren't really real, I guess it is like a higher self of them version of themselves. I'm tying around right now. A higher version or some version of themselves coming into reality. It's like, well, you ain't want to listen or you don't want to do it this way. So you got to do it this hard way. You got to do it this way. You got to do it through listening to this and giving your money to this and and it's going to work out like that. You got to do it in the game. I don't know. I'm just saying because it's the same. It's like the same kind of results. It just take a lot longer, and it's like you see it as being real, real, because it's somebody physically helping you. I suppose I'm trying to go into the mind of somebody that never did a psychedelic and is looking out for self help or looking out for mental help or looking to lose weight, gain weight, work out, or is anything like that, or even paint. Like you, when you trying to paint or you want to go into poetry or something like that, you hear all these weird sayings like "go with the flow," just let the pen hit the paper, and just whoo and go all like this. Like you hear people trying to train you into those coachings and like in art class in school like that. But then when you really end the woo on your own on the psychedelics is and you letting yourself go, or me, I'm saying I'm just like that. I'm just whoo. I'm like I'm not even thinking of the techniques like, oh, let the pen hit the paper and go. I'm just like da 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 da. Oh, I want that there. Oh, I want that there. It's like I'm my own person skitzing out. It's like I'm my own crazy. We got to put that on the shirt, True. I'm my own crazy. That's what it is. I'm gonna put that in a book too. I'm my own crazy. And it's a lot of power in being your own crazy. And that's why I like that we got all these shows going on where we can talk to each other. Well, at least True Life and the Just Tai show and King Oz show, where you can come on and tie it out with other people so we can develop this craziness, because a lot of people do get into their own crazy, but then it's like I don't know, it gets so far out there sometimes that they don't they I don't know. You still don't. A lot of people go so far out there that they're just homeless. That they just get homeless, and they still cool. But I would still like to have a home. I'll just say that for this reality. I guess I don't want to let go that far. But even though I'll let go that far, when I moved to Cali from Philly to Cali, we was still working on getting a home, and we was bouncing house to house and stuff like that. So I guess in some sense, I would want to let go of a home, but just I guess that's just what I want to say at the moment. Like I want to manifest a home. I want to manifest a home. So in order to manifest a home, I got to talk to other people that have homes and houses and things like that, and talk in their craziness and see how they develop their home out of their craziness without letting themselves go to the system and say, "Well, I just had to get a career, and that's how I got everything that I wanted," or "I just had to give my power over to this, and that's how I got it." I want to talk to the people that develop their craziness and and develop a cool lifestyle. Like directors that's making these movies. They out there. I know they ought to be out there. Steven Spielberg. I was watching Jurassic Park yesterday, 2 days ago. And I was like, yo, his mind had to be so cool. Like in order to create to create the illusion of Jurassic Park. Because that like most of them dinosaurs was just half dinosaurs with like if you zoomed out on the camera, you'll see people feet and you'll see them controlling puppets and stuff. But he said, no, yeah, we're going to do that silly thing, but we're going to capture at this angle and we're going to add this sound effect and we're going to have this happen after this and before this. So in this moment, the person that's witnessing it is in awe, is in total awe. And but that's crazy. That's crazy. But it worked. It worked. And that's what I want to do in my life, guys. That's what we are doing with that's what I am doing with this life. I'm crazy right now. I'm talking. So, but it's all good. It's all lovely. All lovely. Cause lovely mean good and bad to me. But hey True and Luanda, I think I'm gonna have to go. I gotta give my grandma back her computer. And I said mine stopped working the day she got here for some reason. It got stuck on the loading screen. But it's all good. I think they said they're gonna try to help me out because my daughter needs it for homeschool and stuff. She's using a tablet and her computer. So the synchronicity is right on point. Right on point that a grandma got here with her computer right when mine vibes. I mean, stop working. So that's why I don't even like complaining about stuff. Like I was a complainer a lot growing because of I see because of this people that was around me that was always complaining, and I just latched on and saying it's natural. But yeah, the complaining and stuff is all out the window because all I gotta do is turn my head, and what I need is right there. Turn my head. Okay. That's what the mushrooms say. That's what I've been witnessing for myself. Yeah. I'm I'm trying to get. I'm gonna get tuned in the True Life stream, y'all. Everybody that's in the Just Tai Now stream, check out True Life stream. They going in on a 3-4 hour stream. I saw it yesterday. Whoo! Missed the fun. I missed the fun. But yeah, I'm just gonna have some stories to give y'all when I get back in there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna tie out. I'm gonna tie out, guys. Thank y'all all for making this a good morning on the West Coast, at least. And if y'all in the Netherlands with Justin, hey, hopefully y'all having a good afternoon. On the East Coast, it's like early afternoon. But wherever y'all are, even the watchers that's like right there that we can't see. Hey, I hope we did something. I don't know. I don't hope we did anything because y'all just puppeteering us. But but yeah, I'm just playing around. Thank you guys. We all tie. But do we really tie? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. Till next time, this is Santi saying tie always. Check out the Just Tie Now store. And if any way, you feel as though you can help out with the channel, hey, just let me know. Till next time, adios, adios. I tie. Hey. Do, 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 do.